Hi, my name is Stanley Sersola, and my video will be on animal-assisted therapy for Introduction to Theories of Intervention with Professor Jella. I will briefly discuss the different uses of animals in therapy. When I first heard about animals being used for therapy, I was actually at work. I happened to see a lady walking her dog, and her dog happened to be a therapy dog. She works for an animal therapy organization which before finals week for UCSD, they take the dogs over to the school and they allow for students and the dog to interact with each other just to help ease up the stress for the students that have to take finals next week. When doing more research, I actually found out that all different kinds of animals are used in many different ways. For example, when used for hospitalized patients, their patients are out of town. I mean, the patients' families are out of town, and the dogs might be just the only visitors they can get. When a person has a pet, they develop, a sense of sympathy, empathy, and a sense of responsibility. When kids have pets, however, they learn to understand nonverbal communication through body language and facial expressions and such like that, rather than having to experience them with other peers and you might do the wrong thing or happen to push away people and make them look like they're weird. Obviously different animals elicit different kind of stimulations in people. It also takes a lot of time to build a strong relationship with any animal. In most of the studies that I have found and read through, dogs and horses are mainly used because I guess they're the most domesticated animals out there. A lot of people have a lot of interaction with dogs and horses. Therapy dogs, however, are a little bit older, less energetic, just so that it won't be an overstimulation towards the person. And another example where, as I was doing my research, they would use dogs in therapy with students with emotional and behavioral disorders. The child, if he has a pet, will develop a strong ego and a good positive self-image if he continues to learn and master the pet. It kind of gives them like an ego boost, making them feel more confident in themselves, and eventually will translate to ordinary people and them having social interactions. My personal experience is one of my friends, his name is Christian, and he has a dog named Baron. And every time I go over to his house, Baron always welcomes me with like a warm. He just always jumps on me. He just always happens to always welcome me with open arms. Particularly with Christian, he doesn't use his dog Baron just for simple pet use. He actually uses Baron as a companion to help cope with life and its challenges. I actually have Christian here today, and we're going to ask a couple questions about how he and Baron are and all that such. So here he is. Hello, man. How's your day?
It's alright.
Good?
Yeah.
Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Christian Soriano, and I work full time at Burlington Coat Factory, and I'm also attending full time at the Miramar Community College here. So, yeah.
So tell me about your dog. You've had it for a little while now. After deciding to get an animal, why did you specifically choose Baron, a dog?
Well, I guess it's mostly because when I was growing up, my mom actually had a cat, and he was so self-absorbed with himself, and so just all about me, that every time people would come home, he'd just be like, whatever, you're home, it's cool, I don't care about you, I only come to you when I need food or I need attention. Where as opposed to my uncle owned this pit bull, and his name was like Rex, and he was so cool. Anyone that would go over to the house, family, close friends, he would just greet them with the craziest big wet slobber kiss, all over them, jump all over them, make you feel like the most important person in the world. And I guess seeing that, difference between, or just anything, kind of compelled me more to visit dogs or to own a dog and
Okay.
be like that.
So when you did get Baron, how old was he when you got him?
I'd say when I got Baron, it was last year, a little bit before Halloween, so I think he was about a month and a half to 2 months.
So when you did get him, explain the process of, what you and him had to go through to build a relationship.
Well, I think the most significant event was, I used to keep him in the back, but there was a little doggy door that he would go through, and I remember one time I gave him a bowl of water, and he was out there just super drinking it. He was like a little puppy about this big, and all of a sudden, I just see him running, and I hear him scamper through the hallways, and he jumps on me, and he's shivering, and he's scared, and he just seen a ghost or was about to die or something, and I go outside and I realize oh, it's just a cat, that he was scared of us the first time ever. And I kind of realized oh, this is the first time he actually looked for me, he actually sought me out because he was scared or because something. And I guess ever since after that event, he's been close by, he's not too far. I would call him, he would come, or just ever since that moment, it was just more of a building upon just crazy stuff.
So it made you feel more of a guardian rather than just a regular pet owner.
Yeah, like a guardian, a responsibility to raise him and nourish him and stuff, and I mean, yeah, just like that.
So, since Baron, he's probably entered your life, out of just because you wanted a dog.
Mm-hmm.
How are you different now before you got him, and how are you, different after you got him?
Well, I guess before I got Baron, I was working full time still. I was going to school full time, and it was just super draining, and it was super tiring, and it was super I was just so out of it. I would come home from work 8 hours a day, and just get ready for school quick, because I had classes that night, which was so crazy to me now, and I still do it. But I had classes that night. I would just go home, get ready, go to school, deal with whatever I had from work. If my boss was being super mean or super whatever, I would deal with that. Go to school. Concentrate on taking all the notes that my professor was doing. If there was a final, if there was a term paper done, if there was this and that, I would have to deal with that. I'm totally mentally, physically, spiritually exhausted, and I was just kind of burnt out.
And this was before you
This
had
was before I had Baron.
Okay.
After I got Baron, it was less about, oh my god, my boss is so it's such a jerk today, or oh my god, I got this paper due tomorrow, or I got this finals coming up, and it was more about me coming home, me looking for Baron. He came out, man. As soon as he heard that door open, he would just run. I would just hear him run, and he would jump on me, and you know what dogs do.
Yeah, he does it to everyone that goes over.
Yeah, and it's just, you feel like the most important person in the world when that happens. And when I would come home and that would happen, I would make sure he was okay. I would make sure he had food, make sure he had water, get ready for school, go to school, deal with that. But it was less about me not paying attention in class, and more just, is Baron okay? I can't wait to see him after class. I love, oh my goodness, what's going on? And so I guess that kind of distraction kept me from thinking about where I was in my life, what I'm doing.
Kind of keeping you leveled in a way?
Yeah, exactly. And just it just kept me from just being super depressed, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, so after you've been with him for 10, 11 months.
Almost a year.
Almost a year,
Right.
right? And, would you get another animal? Would you get another animal? I mean, if not, why? If yes, what other animal would you get?
Well, okay, so I understand that, dogs aren't around forever. I understand that, their lifespan is super quick. It's a year to 7 years in human years or whatever. And, I understand that Baron's not going to be around as long as I am. And I'm trying to think about that right now. And, I'm kind of just thinking about what we have now. And just our happiness together and how he makes me feel. And I'm sorry,
because he does help you get through the day and all
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
So
I seriously can't think of my life without him right now. And if I was to ever get another dog, I'm sorry, dude, I can't. I can't even fucking think about this person.
Where's he at now? Can we meet him?
Yeah, he's actually, I brought him over.
Yeah, dude.
He's tied over here.
He's not gonna jump on me, huh?
He probably won't. I mean, like, he's kind of big.
Alright, let me lower down the camera so everyone can see you.
Come here, boy. Come here. No. You're okay. You're okay. Sit down. You're okay. So, this is Baron. He's 11 months old, and he's gigantic. And all I could probably say is he'll probably grow more. And he's been with me this whole time.
He's getting huge.
I know, and he's so crazy. Like, he's such a wild, free spirit. Like, I could let him go right now, and he would just probably knock over the camera. So I don't want to do that.
Right.
But yeah, this is Baron. He's been with me for almost over a year, and I really hope that he's gonna be here more. And I seriously fucking love this dog.
Whoa.
Like, oh my god.
That's it for my video. Thanks for watching.
Is that 10 minutes long?